everyone, and welcome back to Sam's Crafted Castle. If you didn't know, today is actually National S'more Day. So I thought I would pull out this I Love You S'more stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and we'd make a s'more themed card today. So the first thing I'm going to do, the first thing I did off camera was stamp these two little s'mores from the set and cut them out with my scan and cut. I stamped them in the Gina K Designs Amalgam Jet Black ink, and because when I started this card, her new Obsidian ink actually wasn't out yet, but I give that a try at the end, so keep watching to hear more about that. So I stamped it in the Gina K Designs Jet Black Amalgam ink, took it over to my scan and cut them out, and now I'm just going to color them in really quick with my Copics. I don't do anything crazy complicated coloring wise on this card because the smaller the image, the less detail it necessarily needs. In this case, like, the images are really small, the details are hard to get in, so I pretty much just colored it in flat. But I want to talk a little bit about how I colored the marshmallows, which you can see me doing here. I picked a really light brown marker, which in this case is E41. You can see I forgot to put my caps up like I told myself I would start doing. And then I just, kind of similar to what we did on the Christmas in July card with the penguins, I just went through, colored in just the edges, and then used my colorless blender pen to blend it out into white. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of super toasty marshmallows. I know a lot of people like their marshmallows basically burnt. I am not one of those people. Very lightly toasted is good enough for me. And my little secret is actually my dad and I tend to like to not even put marshmallows on our s'mores. We'll just get graham crackers and chocolate and eat them that way. Just basically a graham cracker and chocolate sandwich without any marshmallow at all. So let me know in the comments below, how do you like your marshmallows, or are you like my dad and I and just prefer even no marshmallow at all? So since it's National S'more Day, that'll be the question of the day. So go ahead and pop that in the comments below and let me know what your favorite way to eat a campfire treat is. Or maybe you have a different favorite campfire treat. Let me know that too. I grew up with my dad eating pudgy pies, which are basically like bread and whatever you want to put in them. I used to put cheese in them and ham and make like grilled cheese sandwiches basically over the fire. So let me know what your favorite campfire or whatever kind of fire you have that's you can cook on. Let me know what your favorite treat is. So I decided I needed to make these s'mores a little more friendly. So they're each getting a little smiles. I just decided basically that it goes with the greeting that I chose to give them little smiles because it's a friendship card. And this I'm actually stamping with the Gina K Designs Obsidian ink. And it is different than the jet black. It is actually, like Gina said, darker black. I didn't really know how to phrase that. But it is. It's a darker black. It just works nice. I think I'm probably going to get a lot of use out of this, but I think like the jet black is useful too, because sometimes I want like a really dark line image or a really dark greeting, but maybe and then in which case I would use the Obsidian ink, and other times I want something a little softer, and then I'd probably go for the jet black. But so I definitely think if you have room in your stash for both, you could probably get both. But if I could only have one, I'd probably pick the Obsidian. I tend to like the darker lines for my stamped images, and then it comes out a little nice and dark for greetings as well. So that's basically as complicated as this card gets. As you can see, I'm already on the assembly phase. This was really just something kind of quick to celebrate today's national holiday. So I just have some brown cardstock that I had in my stash, and then a craft piece of paper, or craft card base, sorry. The brown is like, it's probably from an old Die Cuts with a View texture pack situation. And then on top of that, I have a brown wood grain, which is from the Woodland Forest paper pad, which is by Pebbles. It looks like I'm looking at it as I speak. But so I just went really simple with the brown colors, kind of playing off the woodsy and the s'more theme a little bit. And then I glue a white panel to the top. And at this point, I'm thinking about it and going, I probably should have stamped my greeting before I glued this all together. But I did not. And that is where our good friend, the Misty, comes into play. Yay! Always there to save the day. Good old trusty Misty. So this is one of those sort of sentiment builder stamp sets where you get a bunch of different phrases and then you can use it to build your sentiment. So you can see I have a very large white space there to fill, and my s'mores are pretty small. So I'm using the sentiment, or the greetings, sentiments, whatever you want to call them, in the set to make my own greeting, which is again how it's sort of meant to be used. So I use everything is s'more fun with you. Isn't that cute and very appropriate for National S'more Day? So, and then I was like, well, my two little s'mores will be best friends, and yeah. So that's what I decided to go with. This is me trying to get the exclamation point on the end. I abandoned that idea. I love the little exclamation points Wanfan gives so you can like decide if you want it or not. I can never get them lined up right, and I usually just give up on them because I just end up moving everything as I go. And so you don't have to use them. I always try and I never do. So now I've captured it over with my Misty. It's onto the door now that I have it all placed, and I'm again going to stamp it in the obsidian ink so you can see how it works with greetings. And you can see I definitely like it better for greetings than the jet black. The jet black sometimes comes out a little fuzzy, I think. So that's why I said if you could only have one, pick the obsidian. If you're like me and sometimes vary on like the level of darkness you want for your line images, then you could definitely have both. But again, if you only want one, I'd say go for the obsidian. It could also just be because it's new, so it looks really different to me right now, but I would say go for that. So I'm happy with this. I'm gonna get the Misty off the screen and then glue my little marshmallow dudes on, and that's it. That's literally all this is to your card. Your cards don't have to be these super swanky fancy things. They can be simple and still be cute, like this. So I just make sure they're touching a little bit because they're best friends and they have to be happy together. And now I'm looking at it and it's not very straight, but that's okay. And then I have these enamel dots from Stamp Anything. You might remember them from when I unboxed the little kit I got from them, the Magical Celebrations kit. And I'm just going to put the three little, I actually ended up picking the biggest ones. My intention originally was actually to use the smallest dots, but after lining them all up and testing them all out, I went, nah, the bigger ones look better. So we used the bigger ones. So I just put the three little things on there just to add a little extra something to the card, and then that's it. That's our card. That's it. Clean and simple. All done. That's it. So have a happy National S'more Day, and I will see you next time with another card project. Thank you so much for watching. Have a crafty day.